So the Masters of the Universe trailer dropped, and to my mind, it was pretty good, which means we should talk about it. Here we go. Now, before we get started, here's a real quick reminder. I'm on my way to 50K, and I can get there, but I need your help. Your sharing is caring, your thumbs up button, your comments. I need all those things. But double check you're still subscribed to the channel. If not, turn that little red subscribe button to gray. And then go ahead and turn on the notification bell and turn them all on so you don't miss the videos, the live streams, and everything else that I do. In fact, you're going to want to find out the other channels' launch dates, which is coming up here in the next 2 days. Ooh, goodness. Anyway, we've got so much coming at you. I don't want you to miss it. So just make sure you're subscribed. And we can talk about amazing things like a new trailer that dropped that I think looks promising. Some people don't. But our friends over at That Park Place, including Trevor Denning, who writes over there, thinks that, well, it might be all right. Amazon released the first trailer for Masters of the Universe after releasing the first teaser trailer for Masters of the Universe the day before. It got a bunch of publication acknowledgement, but not a lot of like YouTube acknowledgement. And that's a shame. I think a lot of people see something in here and immediately get turned off for no other reason. They don't understand it's a joke. The writing team that's involved in this looks like a hodgepodge of too many names. And it's not really. There's only two real writers on this, the Nee Brothers. And they are, well, or the Knees, N-E-E, not, the leg things. But anyway, they wrote something that's absolutely funny and in a non-Marvel way. I know that's hard to believe. I know for a lot of people it's going to be awful to believe. But from all indications, Gen X is about to be very pleased, and a new generation will be introduced to the Prince Adam and He-Man. On Thursday morning, Amazon MGM Studios released the first trailer for Monsters of the Universe, a live adaptation of the popular 80s cartoon. And first of all, aesthetically, it looks spot on. The colors are about where they need to be, and the actual trailer starts, as does the movie, in Act 1 on planet Earth. It's all about getting Prince Adam back to his own reality, which is far, far away. He was sent away as a very young boy. So we're eventually going to be off of Earth by the end of the first act. And in Act 2, I think we're going to be about where we want to be, which is on Eternia. Now, according to the official logline, after being separated for 15 years, the Sword of Power leads Prince Adam back to Eternia, where he discovers his home shattered under the fiendish rule of Skeletor. And the 2.5-minute trailer suggests that director Travis Knight has found a fresh take for an iconic character that doesn't lean to the MCU style of humor. But that doesn't mean it's humorless. In fact, the two guys who are responsible for this film, primarily putting it together, they do comedy. And that's something everybody needs to know. That may be a piece that you were missing before you evaluated this particular trailer, thinking that there were elements in here that were going to irritate you in a way that maybe doesn't land well. Deadline was not very kind about this, so that should give you some hope, or at least I think it should. But the trailer breakdown opens with Prince Adam explaining that he comes from a place where there were talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords, and that they're all real. And you get to see young Adam that is sent to Earth from Eternia, where he grows up to become a very weary human resources manager. In Adam's signature pink shirt with a nameplate that's actually showing his pronouns. And here we are right here. This is the thing, and I understand why everybody's flipping out over. Understand, this easily translates into he, man. He, him, he, man. A duh. And at the same time, it's a play on the fact that it's a joke. It's a play on the pronoun bologna sausage that we've been suffering through for quite some time. And if you take it as such, and his conversation around the people, in the office, especially the one lady who seems rather annoying, you kind of get it. And ultimately, he needs to return home, but he needs the sword to return home with, and eventually he finds it in a shop with other nerd stuff. With the sword in his possession, he is apparently transported back to Eternia. Now, that may happen in a different way, something that we haven't seen because none of that was given to us in the trailer, But he's going to be seen hanging out with the likes of Tila. You're going to get to see Man-at-Arms, played by Idris Elba, and Battle Cat, which, believe it or not, was voiced by Stephen Root. One of my favorites. Adam expresses both doubt about his mission, but Man-at-Arms, functioning as the mentor, which he did in the series, tells him, take the sword, protect them. And you know what? He does. The trailer is so spot on that we get that moment that everybody's been waiting for, or would call iconic. I have the power, shouted from Adam's lungs as the sword is struck by lightning. And, I mean, unremarkably, he becomes He-Man, as he's supposed to. I tell you what, for a trailer not to hit every single one of these marks, that would have been the disappointment. But this thing hits every mark and conveys a certain amount of realism that you feel like you've entered the world that you haven't visited since childhood. And believe me, I would know, as somebody who this film targets, as Trevor correctly identified earlier in the story. So as we go through this, the rest of the trailer is filled with action shots on both Eternia and Earth, including spaceship battles, monsters attacking the city, and fans are given their first look at Jared Leto's Skeletor. Fortunately, we don't have to see his face. And I don't even believe that I've heard his voice yet. But it does look like it's going to be pretty awesome. And Evil-Lyn, played by Allison Brie, seems to be spot on. I'm actually looking forward to it. But honestly, at the end of the day, all this has to do is deliver you something akin to a superhero film and give you that satisfaction of your 80s and 90s cartoon slate. And even Trevor says the pronouns joke may have raised a few eyebrows, but it could be argued that for a present-day He-Man movie not to acknowledge the current outgoing trend, it would have been a missed opportunity to poke fun at the modern sensibilities that we all find ridiculous. So overall, the Masters of the Universe trailer presents the character as one who is masculine and capable with a lot of room to grow. And I agree completely. As a matter of fact, I think this has the opportunity to become a franchise once again and to do the rare thing that Disney seems to have forgotten about, sell merchandise, which, again, what is Masters of the Universe without selling Mattel toys? I don't know, but I don't want to find out. I want this to return. How about you? Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know them in the comments section below. Are you looking forward to He-Man the way I am? Do you think that this looks like it could have the sliver of hope we need to restore our faith in fantasy and a little bit of humor that we actually miss from the early Marvel films? Do you think that the two guys that are primarily involved in making this be good, do you think they have a chance? Either way, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. And as always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya! Hopefully, at Masters of the Universe.